Hello there and welcome again to another Tuesday Thoughts video. I'm going to pull some cards today and just see what messages want to come through. We're going to start with some tarot. It's the 8th of March 2022 and International Women's Day. So happy International Women's Day to all the ladies and all the girls. Hope you have a lovely day and it brings you some sweetness in amongst all the trauma that is currently going on the planet. Oops. Okay, so a couple of cards have jumped out. So I might just take one more of the tarot. There, that one. That's great. And we can have a look and see what the messages are. So I tend to read intuitively, so I'll just see what cards we have got and we can work from there. So we have let's start with this one. We have the Two of Cups. Now I've just realized, oh yes, I have a timer, that's great. So we've got the Two of Cups here, and the Two of Cups is about love. By the way, I'm channeling my goddess Amy Winehouse today. I don't have as big a beehive as she had, but I just thought I'd do something different with the hair because it's all about the goddess energy and the female energy today. So and perhaps that's it. It's about love. It's about this intense connection between two people. They're offering each other the cup of love, and they come in with the water element. So you're looking at the star signs, which are Cancer, Pisces and Scorpio. So these are about your emotions, your deep emotions, your flowing emotions, your waters. And we are in the Pisces sign at the moment, which I know very well, being a Piscean. And it is very much about the depth of emotion, about feeling emotions, and about that being your most dominant personality trait or sense. Other signs are linked to the earth or linked to fire or linked to air, but the water signs are often very sensitive. They pick up things, they take things to heart, but in this card it is about the coming together of that heart energy, that emotional connection that you can have with someone. It's about meeting your counterpart, meeting your soulmate. So perhaps there is a love romance coming up, or there is to reignite that emotional bond with your loved one. And it's an equal sharing. So they're giving these cups. So it's an equal partnership, an equal sharing of love. There is no point being in a connection where one person gives all and the other person takes. That's not how this is balanced. We have the lion here, so very much about the courage, and the lion has angel wings as well. So courage and strength and being given that backbone from the angelic realm, from the higher realms. And again, it's a two, so it's the two coming together. It's the partnership energy. And again, we're in 2022, so it's the connection to that partnership, that working together, that building something. We have two individuals, but it's what it is when it's combined. It's combining ideas, businesses, love, families. And of course we have the serpents going around the pillars here, which represent the transformation that occurs during a connection with someone. So it's very much about ushering in love and being, now we're talking about International Women's Day, being in your feminine, to bring your partner in. So, and for the partner, recognizing the feminine traits, being flowing. The woman's energy is very flowing, very creative. And we're taught and we subscribe to this gung-ho attitude that is often the case with the world we're in now, where we go out and have careers, and we might have families, we might have small businesses, big businesses, and so we're trying to juggle many, many things. And by being that sort of in the forward of your brain, in the forwardness of your body, by being front and center and pushing, that's quite male in the energy. We would say it's quite yang. So we want to go back into the yin, particularly today, International Women's Day, and this is for men as well. We all have softness. There's the divine masculine and divine feminine in everyone. So in a way, that's what this is saying. For your housed space that's in your body, you have equal divine masculine and divine feminine, and it's about bringing that into balance. We're doing that a lot now. You can see a lot of heart opening, you can see a lot of destruction on the planet, and it is about reintegrating the divine feminine so she can stand alongside and be equal to the divine masculine, and then to balance that aspect in yourself. You're always flowing from one to the other, but like the yin yang sign, you're balancing from one to the other. So you're never quite completely one, because you're already going back into the other, and you're never quite completely the other, because you're always moving back into one. So it's the circular movement. So it's nothing is stagnant. It is always flowing. It's always creating. Our creative nature is very important now, which makes me want to tell you about the workshop I'm doing soon, which is on the 19th of March, which is called Art Shift. And it's a beautiful workshop where we gather and we have moments of stillness and silence and going within and capturing from the higher realms, capturing from that highway of information that we don't usually access. So by going in, we can get that stillness and that silence and that route to that highway of information in the cosmos, and we can get information from there, and we can bring it down and bring it through and create beautiful art, and art that delivers messages, art that speaks, art that has guidance to give us. So that workshop will be happening on the 19th of March in London in person, and it can also be done on a one-to-one basis. It can be done with groups, and it can be done on Zoom as well. So if you're interested in any of that, just drop me a line. And my email is karen@karentinney.co.uk. So again, it's back to the being creative with the two elements. So we work, and we're quite forward thinking and forward moving, and push, and we have a lot to do, and we're very stressed, and sometimes we have to remember just to let the divine feminine rise. But in rising, she softens and she opens and she allows and she flows. And so there is this different presence when you allow that divine feminine. And she's not weak, she's not lazy, she's not little. In fact, it is a massive presence to hold. And partly why we push and go into our brains instead of into our bodies a lot of the time is because it's too big, it's too powerful. The divine feminine is extremely powerful energy, and to hold it and be able to work with it is quite the task, and many of us aren't ready for that. But it's time to be the siren. It's time to be that glorious siren and express that feminine, so you can balance what is within, balance the masculine and the feminine, and then in the world that becomes balanced, and it is overseen by the higher aspects, which will give you strength and give you enlightenment from the higher realms. Talked quite a lot about that. So the next one is the Six of Pentacles. And this is about giving and sharing and poverty and wealth. And this speaks to me of the great movement currently of wanting to open our hearts and give of what we have. So we may have some pentacles here, and pentacles are like your money or your what you've built, or your occupation, your earnings. And you can see this fellow, he's in great robes, and he has a little money bag which is green. Green's the colour of money, remember? And he's very balanced with his orange and his red robes. So very much his lower chakras are grounded and well built, but I want to say structured. He has worked on this, and he's built this, and he has a strong foundation, and because of that he is able to give. And you can see we have people coming who are asking for help, and we see that in the world today. We see that there are many coming who are asking for help, and we do not know where they have come from, what situations, how far they've travelled, but we are here to offer assistance. And it is about being able to share the wealth. Wealth is no good if you're sitting on £6 billion somewhere, and just all you have is your £6 billion. That's no good. That doesn't do anything for your soul, because even you have a soul that requires you to awaken to it. And so to be able to share the wealth. I think there's a fear around money. People are frightened that, you know, money is the root of all evil, this saying, but it's not. It's not. It's how you manage it. It's how you deal with it. It's how you make it work. And if you are able to receive money in some way, then you can help people. So if you have a lot of money, you have the ability to share it. Part of it. You don't have to share it all, but you can share part of it. You can help those in need. And I really see this happening now. Many people are coming together in all ways to share money. I myself am interested in an exhibition that's coming up in Dublin, I believe, and they are donating their artwork for an auction to raise money for the war situation at the moment. And so there are many ways to share your wealth. And if you haven't got a penny, you can share your heart. You can open your heart and send love out to the world, send peace and healing out to the world. That's an acknowledgement that that's the thing that we can do. We can open our hearts and send love and healing. And you know, this could be us one day. So therefore, the grace of God go I. It could be any one of us, displaced from where we were, with just what we've got on our backs, looking for a handout, not because we want to take, but desperate situations mean that we have to ask for help. And it's okay to ask for help. How many times have we been told this? It's okay not to be okay. It's okay to ask for help. You've been raised to be strong and independent and able to do things on your own. But the world doesn't work like that. You don't do everything on your own. You work with people. You work together. You are part of the world. You're part of humanity. So you're not isolated. Everything you do is connected. Somebody made these tarot cards. So those people made this video possible. And it's that kind of thing. It's knowing that it's not just, you know, he's giving to him one day, then they may rise the ranks and it may be able to turn around and he may be able to give back. And it's about being able to receive. It's so difficult for some of us, particularly women, to receive, because we are in this creative energy of gung-ho and doing everything, and I can do it, and I'm strong, and you know, we have to, because there's no one looking after us, so we have to do it. But we must also learn to receive. We must also learn to open our hands to what is coming, to be prepared to receive wealth. That wealth is coming. Wealth has been offered, and we have to be able to receive it. And the way she's sitting here, it's making me think of gratitude. Get down on your knees and pray and thanks. It's coming. Pray now. Manifestation is all about acting as if it's already happened. So we must give gratitude now. We must say thank you now. We must receive. We must be okay with receiving whatever form of charity is coming our way. And people can help you simply by putting you in connection with somebody, by recommending you, by sharing a video, by commenting on a video, by liking a video. You're giving charity. You're sharing something. You're offering something. And the person has to receive it. So be okay with that energy exchange. And it brings it back to this one. Exchanging the energy. Knowing that you're equal. Knowing that you can give from this cup and you can give from this cup. So be okay with being on this side and being the giver, and being on this side and being the receiver. Offer what you can, but no more. Don't give too much. Don't overgive. You can only give to another when you are secure in yourself. So make yourself secure. Find your security. Build your security so that you can offer help to another from that position of security. And perhaps teach people how to do this themselves. How to make themselves secure. Share. To lift somebody up. To raise her off her knees. Okay. And the last card in the tarot, I'm going to do tarot now, and I might pick another couple of cards just for a little quick ending part. But it is the Hermit. You can probably hear some traffic outside today again because I live near the main road. So the Hermit is all about going within. It is about shining the light. It is about being okay at delving deeper. So we've got the waters here and we've got the light. So these are your emotions. These are your inner depths. When you close your eyes and stop looking at the outside world, you look at your inner world. Your inner world is vast and has so much to teach you. And it's about following that inner light, looking to the light, seeing the light up ahead, bringing the light with you, carrying the light. Being a light worker is someone who works with light energy, but someone who works with the higher realms, and they carry this energy as they walk through their day, and they spread this light around. So you've got to shine your light. Some people want to pull you down. Some people wish you might not have, reached a certain level of success. Some people will wish that you remain in the shadows. But this is saying, go inside. Go into that meditation. Spend time in that self-reflection. We've got reflections in the water here. Deep reflection. And you will find your light. It's here that you'll find your light when you go deep. You find it in the depths. And you can work on your emotions. You can work on your thoughts. There's a lot of air color here, the blue. So you can work on your mind. And he's standing on the ground. And there's a snake. Again, linking back to the snakes here. Transformation. And to transform, you have to go inside. You have to close your eyes. And just find those moments of peace. Peace and tranquility. are available in the inner realms, despite what's going on. Despite the noise and the drama and the fear and the planes overhead. Peace reigns within. And it doesn't necessarily look fashionable, look trendy. It's not as exciting as being on Instagram or an influencer or traveling the world or being in the best hotels or resorts or driving the fastest cars. It's not that fashionable. It's not going to give you the image that helps you become this, what shall I say, exquisite piece of humanity. Meditation is hard work. It's not easy. That's why many avoid it. Many ask me about meditation. They say, Karen, teach me how to meditate. What should I do? And I make a suggestion. And they'll come back to me and say, oh yeah, I haven't had the time. Yeah, I still don't have the time. It's time. It's the time. Can't find the time to go in. And that's the whole point. The whole point in meditation is carving out that time, doing the hard work, going into the depths, into the darkness, into the dark reaches, going through all the levels, all the layers. Look at him here in his cloak and his robe and his layers. It's going into that and dealing with it. And in meditation, you move. So you move from when you first do it, and you move 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 as you continue this process. And it is a lifelong process. Anyone who uses it for work, like I would, so I'll always do a little meditation, open up my energy. It's important if you work with the higher realms that you connect with them regularly, so you have that relationship. So this is a relationship with yourself and your light. It's not about someone else right now. And it doesn't have to be, I sat for an hour. It can be, I'm going to sit for 2 minutes. Just close my eyes for 2 minutes on the clock, do it, and you'll enjoy it. And you might go over. Limit yourself to 2 minutes for the first week, 5 minutes for the second week. Guided meditations are fine because they take you on this little walk, but just sitting is so important. Even mantras take you elsewhere and do something different. So you must learn to sit with yourself and watch the noise in your brain. And then begin to see them as clouds that simply pass. And as they pass, there'll be a space behind. That's where you go, into the void, into the deep void where all of creation is. Where everything is birthed. These are like the waters breaking on a birth. So by going in, you're rebirthing yourself, you're transforming yourself, you're transmuting. The snake is about transmutation as well, so you're transmuting all of that sludge, dark, heavy energy and things that you've held on to. And it's bringing it out into the light, freeing it, letting it go. Blessing yourself with the light, following the light, moving towards the light. And the light shines for everyone. The light is like a candle here. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's a little candle in that lamp. And it's really shining his light for him, and it's showing him the way. So the light will show you the way. It is one way to really have a good navigator. Your navigator is the light. Your connection to the light is what will bring you quicker, easier, smoother to where you want to be. Okay, so let me just do a few cards from the Goddess deck. I feel like it's spacey today. I wonder if it's Amy's energy. So, beautiful day out here. I went and got some art materials earlier because I'm having a workshop on the 19th of March. And also I need to paint myself. I'm very creative and I need to do some painting. So I thought I would just get some art materials and do some artwork because it's very soothing. It's like my workshops. It's a way of connecting to your higher self. It's a way, if meditation, here's the thing, if meditation is difficult for you, engaging in creativity is a way to bypass the difficult and get in. So it's a gateway. So very much for me, art is a meditation. It is the way to open up that space simply without the difficulty. So that's why I created Art Chef workshops. And as I say, I'm having one on the 19th. So if you're interested, let me know. And again, it's about flow state. It's about when you're doing art, your mind shifts to a different space. You go into alpha brainwaves, which allows bits of information to drop down into your mind. And in doing so, you release the issue. If you had a problem or something going on, you release it. And in releasing it, you're getting on with your work, you're getting on with being creative and drawing or painting or whatever it is, and you're actually allowing the energy of that other thing to unravel. You're allowing it to right itself. And often a few days after I paint, things just happen, and it's just so good, so good, and it makes me so happy. I just get such a high of painting. I do love it, and it is the one thing that I think is healing. It's like medicine to me. It's a medicinal thing to sit and paint, and it doesn't have to be good. It doesn't have to be, I think, oops, interesting. Sorry about that. So we'll go with this Goddess for today because I think that's just a very interesting message. But as I was saying, it doesn't have to be, when we're at school, kids paint. Kids love to paint, but so do adults. They've just forgotten, and because they've become so aware of being judged. I did an exhibition once where I had some live painting going on. I had an easel and a canvas on the easel, and everyone who came could just paint. And the kids loved it, so they got in. They didn't care. They were doing red everywhere, and it didn't matter, and it was blotchy, and thick paint over thick paint over thick paint, and they didn't mind. And some of the adults came along and were like, oh, I'd love to do that. And said, take a brush, do it. No. Because they're frightened of not getting it right, of not being good enough, of being judged, and judging themselves as well, and feeling incapable. So there is something about just doing it, just doodling. Even doodling, you're switching into your right brain, and it will allow you to open up that space. And it's just a beautiful space, a beautiful creative place, and that's where you're completely connected to the divine energy. The divine energy is creative energy, and it is flowing all the time. And it's like you open this, I don't know what they have on taps, like this valve, and it comes in. So when you're creating, you open that valve and it just comes in. And in a way it floods your body and it makes you feel good, and you produce something which usually has a message in there. So anyway, it's International Women's Day, so we'll do a goddess card. And we've got this one. I don't know if it's Sig or Sag. I'm going to look that up. And it's quiet time. So here we have the divine masculine and the divine feminine both going in, both having some quiet time. Because I think you need this. I think before you step forward, you need quiet time. It says take some quiet time alone to rest, meditate and contemplate. And that's it. We can work a lot out in this quiet time because we're allowing a different aspect to assist us. When we're just overthinking something and we're looking at it and we're mulling it over and trying to find which direction and what's the solution, you're limiting yourself in a way, because there's only so much that can come forward into your conscious mind, and your conscious mind tends to run on what was before. And when you meditate, you open up that space and you connect to that highway, then answers, everything is in the void. All questions have answers, and the answers are in the void. So if there is something bothering you, get quiet. Take some time to rest. Rest is so important. Not having to do everything, particularly for women. When did you take time to rest lately? To actually rest. Even 10 minutes uninterrupted rest is a beautiful thing. And she's quiet in her voice. She's saying, shh, no speaking. Because when you're speaking, you're bringing something forward. When you quiet your mouth, you listen. And when you meditate in a silent way, you listen also to your thoughts, so you can see what is your dominant thinking pattern, and you just let it go, because you think, oh, is that what I think about? But you also listen deeply to the messages from the cosmos, to the messages from the stars, to the void. She's got all her auric fields open when she goes quiet. She's connected to the void, connected to the galaxies, to the cosmos, to the universe. And she's also, her palm is down, so she's also earthing. So she's not slipping away to the void, she's earthing while connected to the void. I'm just going to read and see if I can find out how to say her name, because I would like to get it right. Sig or Siege. Sig or Siege. And she's a Gnostic goddess, considered to be great silence or void from which all creation sprang. So this is connecting to that energy, particularly in art and creativity as well. She reminds us that words create duality, and that in silence we find our true origin and self. Quiet is omnipresent power that gives birth to wisdom. She teaches that our roots are in the silent void of the universe, and that it's important for us to connect with silence regularly. So there you go. I will leave that with you. The answers are in the void. Connect with the silence. That will show you the way. That will light up the path ahead, and light up your energy, and light up your body, which will help balance everything that you are. And then you will be in a place where you can contribute to the world and continue helping. And in helping others, you help yourself, you help the higher realms, and you become this amazing energetic being with power on the earth, taking the higher power down. But it is to be caught in those quiet moments. So off you go and catch yourself some quiet time, some rest, some peace, because you'll need it. Alright, signing off for now. Thank you.